Well, here we are, January 31st. A month has gone by into this bench build. I've had a few distractions, few life events that prevented me from being in the shop. But that's life. You live with it. So it's glue up day today. I'm going to get this bench top looking like a bench top rather than a bunch of lumber. So I got my clamps ready. I got my boards ready. My glue ready. I've got other necessities ready to go. So here we go. Don't get anything on the table saw. More glue equals more open time. Right? Right. Here we go. We're gluing. Looks like a kindergarten classroom in here right now. Look at this mess. What kind of work is that? Everywhere. All right, let's see this thing switch over to planer mode.
Action. Alright, she's ready to go.
Not bad, not bad.
Handle in. That's it.
22 seconds there, Pops. Well, I just got back from flattening these at my dad's house. And let me tell you, they are flat. It sure is nice having a 12-inch jointer at my disposal. Thanks, Dad. Well, I got the ends all squared up. Next, I'm going to work on getting the two halves put together so I can start mapping out where my vise is going to go. This is a pneumatic thruster. It is going to sit underneath the table right here. I'm going to mount. Let me get something just for show. Let's just pretend that that's there. And this will be my dog. And she's gonna slide in and out on the thruster. No mathematician, but based on my calculations, if I'm running 100 PSI minus atmospherical pressure, about 85 PSI, right here, I will be able to clamp at approximately 630 pounds. And this is rated to 250 PSI. So there's a bit of room there if I ever felt like I needed more. In the coming weeks, maybe months, this is what's going to go into the bench. It has a 12-inch throw on it. So I believe I'm probably going to space the dogs about 8 to 11 inches apart. Well, and it doesn't end there. I also have these two guys. These are pneumatic cylinders, which are going to run my, well, call it a twin screw type vise on this side of the bench. Let me go around this side. So these guys will get, I'll route out a cavity that these will sit down in. And then this guy will come straight through the apron. And then I'll have my vise plate kind of mounted to there. But kind of neat thing here, let me get some official demonstration plates here. So let's say that this is my my vise plate here. So this here, there'll be, my apron is here. So these things will push in and out, but they have equal force front and back. So there'll be this area all here, you clamp against the apron. But furthering that, if I can paint this picture here, there's going to be a removable so it's not always there, but there'll be a rod going in here and one on this side. I mean, my vise plate's not going to be there. It's going to go in right here. So a rod here and a rod here. Those rods are going to line up with the dog holes that would run on my bench. So rods will go in, hold fast will go down and pin and hold them in with like a pin. And then those rods will come out and connect to a bracket, so to speak, out here. So picture the rod going in there and the rod going in here. That way, you could take some really odd piece of wood. Say you've got a block, it looks all funny. This. Okay, well, because there's a break in the middle of the vise, and because the system is pressurized all on the same, these two are going to come out, and this one's going to carry forward, and it'll keep even pressure on the whole thing. Why you would ever have a piece that looks like that, I don't know, but you never know. It's kind of a consequential feature of having pneumatic rams as your vise. Having the break in the jaws of the vise plate, I can't think of any reason how, if I'm just clamping a flat piece, I'm actually going to be pulling in this way, and the piece is going to sit in here like that. But I can't think of any reason why having a break in the vise jaw here is ever going to cause a problem. With a pair of these guys at about 100 psi, the clamping force is well over 1,000 pounds. You know, if I do some kind of cork leather on the faces of the jaws, I mean, it'll never move, ever. This is all controlled with a rocker switch mounted right underneath the apron, so I don't inadvertently bump it or kids come in and, you know, crush Dad's fingers. I am really excited to make this work and possibly solve some age-old complaints about the traditional vices that we have out here. One thing for sure, on this style here, if I can get it in there ergonomically, gone are the days of cranking and waiting and maybe avoiding using the tail vise because, you know, there's too much cranking involved, or having to have your dog spaced apart every 2 inches just so it becomes a little easier. So for now, this is it. And I've been calling this the Put Your Bench. Put your heart in it.